Right, so yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and I'm really pleased to welcome Jan to deliver this information session for you guys today. Shootball is something that we've heard from colleges that they've really been interested in, and it's a sport that we're really interested in ourselves, and how we can help roll it out around colleges and get your interest. So thanks so much for expressing your interest first of all and joining today. We were going to record the session, and I will send the recording out to everyone, and it'll be on our website. And we're going to have a Q&A at the end, so if you've got any questions, just put in the chat or the Q&A box and we'll ask the questions at the end. But I'm really pleased to introduce Jan, who I'm going to let introduce herself, say her roles. But hopefully you've worked, if you've done it before, you'll know Jan. She's done a lot, been with Tchoukball for a long time. So yeah, I'll pass over to Jan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for joining, everyone. I think the main aim for today is for obviously to give you a bit of brief information about sort of the rules, what is Tchoukball all about, what the benefits would be for your college, and then really mainly, obviously, the questions and the level 1 course that we have as an offer for you guys moving forwards. So yeah, our Tchoukball actually comes in a range of different forms. The main one you guys will probably be using it as is the 7-a-side indoor version. However, there is an adaptation of beach Tchoukball, not that we probably will get much of that in this country, but on the grass, being outside is a really good addition, especially when there's exams on, even on the AstroTurf works. And we do have a wheelchair version as well. So I just sort of wanted to sort of give that to you now so you can sort of see how diverse Tchoukball can be. But the main one we're obviously going to be looking at is the indoor version. So everyone always has like a range of questions that always I get asked all the time. So, you know, one is, where was it invented? And it was in Switzerland back in sort of the late 60s. So quite a new sport. And it was by a Swiss biologist who actually wanted to come up with a fair play sport and a non-contact sport. And then, you know, Tchoukball, it's difficult to say, let alone spell, but it comes from the sound of the ball when it kind of goes across the net. So there you go. There you have it. I didn't come up with a name. And it is a mixed sport. And it's actually a mixed sport, you know, from junior adult level. The only time where it separates is at international level. So I will show you a little bit of footage in a few minutes, and that is just sort of a men's only best of. So other than that, it's mixed. There is no limitations on how many men, women should be on the court, substitutions, all of that. So you could actually have a national league level, a college level, you know, you could have 3 women on the team, you could have 5 men on the team, you know, and so on and so forth. So there you go. So yeah, just a little bit about me, just so you kind of got a face to Tchoukball, if you like. So yeah, worked with Tchoukball, got involved with them when I just left school, actually, in Sudbury in Suffolk. Went on to uni at Leeds, what was then Met. I'm still in Leeds now, so that's where I'm based. And then while I was there, I was like, obviously I'm doing all my coach education courses at the time, training to be a PE teacher, which I still am. And yeah, developed the level 1, which was a 3.5-hour face-to-face course, non-assessment. And then sort of here we are now, you know, obviously up until 2019, some of the courses started to sort of dwindle a bit, online started to obviously pop up, and obviously where we are today. So just so you know, I'm not bunking school. It is actually my half term this week. We wait until the exams are pretty much finished. So that's why I got to get with you and be with you today. So yeah, I've done lots of coaching in all sorts of settings, and I've actually worked with the Association of Colleges before, 1 day a week, when I was working 1 day a week for Tchoukball UK. So some of you have done a little bit before, some of you just done your own research. So a couple of the key sort of themes around Tchoukball, why it's like unique. We talk about Tchoukball as being a game of threes. So you have 3 seconds with the ball, 3 steps with the ball. When it's most of the time it's 3 passes, sometimes you get a little extra bonus pass, and then the way to score a point is, as you can see in this picture here, the shooter there is going to obviously shoot at the net. The opposition are going to try and catch the ball. All right, if they catch it, then they're in possession and they're trying to shoot, and you can shoot at either end. If they don't catch it and it lands outside the D, they drop it, whatever, it goes over their heads, that shooter scores a point, that team scores a point. Okay. The couple of other benefits of this is that there is no contact, there is no marking, there's no obstruction. So you have to allow the play to continue. So when they're passing, you are basically anticipating where they're going to shoot, when are they going to shoot, bearing in mind they've only got a maximum of 3 passes, to then anticipate it. And obviously some of the shots can come out really low, hence why we've got the knee pads on. You can actually concede points as well. So if that shooter was to shoot and it landed inside the D, that would actually give a point to the opposition. But you can pick and choose if you want to add that rule in or not. But yeah, because you can shoot at both ends, it's quite exciting and that makes it different. So just before I go on to the benefits, I just wanted to share with you a little video, just because then it breaks up me talking at you and then you can just see a little bit, and that might sort of spur on some questions shortly. So I'll just bring this on. Sam, you shout if you can't hear it at all, but hopefully it should all be okay.
De quoi se surpasser là, attention. Allez encore, magnifique. Aïe aïe aïe. What a save.
Le stade d'écart de prend, toutes les actions sont vraiment importantes.
Oh là là, le numéro 55 est un véritable. Oh là là, mais quel point. Magnifique. Je pense que c'était le métal. Quelle défense. Et la séance qui s'enflamme. Exactement. Alors, c'est Yannick.
Excellent, magnifique.
Oh, c'est bien défendu. Ouais, c'est alors que Rémoli vient de donner un coup en défense. Et il a compris, hein. Ils sont jamais de cadre.
Merci Peretta. C'est ma très utilisé par les Français.
Okay, so just go back to that. So sorry, I think the bar might be on the top, but it's just the quickest way I can get that up. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit of bit of an idea about how it can look. Obviously that's sort of the best of. You can see where there are real links and transference of skills from sports like handball, volleyball, just usual team sports in terms of the throwing and catching. So you can really, if you've got students who have done those sports, you'll probably find that they might either pick it up a bit quicker or they'll understand. They'll be like, all right, okay, I get this. So things like ultimate frisbee, where it's, Tchoukball is officiated. We have 3 referees, but in terms of the fair play, and if the frisbee is dropped, it gets turned over, and that's the same in Tchoukball. If it's dropped on the floor at any time, it gets turned over. So what are the benefits of Tchoukball to your college? Obviously we spoke about this before. It is really like an all year round sport, and you can pick and choose when you want to do it. Like I said, some of you have been doing it for enrichment. You can do it outside. You can do it in a really small space. So if you've only got like a sort of a gymnasium size, or you've only got half a sports hall, that works absolutely brilliant. I did it in like a dance studio the other month for colleagues at my school, and it worked. So yeah, actually sometimes a smaller space is better because there's just more opportunity to shoot, more opportunities to catch. It's just more exciting. In order to get this going, and obviously some of you might have the equipment already, and I can answer those questions later, but you actually only need 2 frames, obviously one of the Tchoukballs if you've got it, and if not, you can just adapt. So if you've got a handball, even like sort of a smaller, the pink or blue sort of rubber dodgeballs that you can get, that would work to start with if you were waiting to get some. So, but basically the size of the ball is like a size 2. All right, so that's kind of what you want for your students. Knee pads are obviously optional. You can see how it makes a game a lot different when you've got them. But yeah, that's obviously something that can be brought in later down the line. When you're introducing this, you can literally get most of the rules in 30 minutes and have them playing pretty much a basic game. So it's good and it's quick and easy to pick up, and you can pick and choose what rules you want to add in and which ones you want to adapt. Sorry, it's just cut off there, but it does build the skill level of everybody. So those students who maybe have joined college who have not maybe done a lot of team sports, never thought it was for them, actually it is for you, because here, as I said before, no one's going to be up in your face marking you or trying to get the ball off you or whacking it out your hands. You can actually have the 3 seconds to choose who you're passing to and, you know, receive that ball with no one interfering, which again will sound very like, oh, hang on a minute, you can't intercept. So that's the only thing where you kind of need to go, well, yes, you can intercept when they shoot. And remember, they've only got 3 seconds with the ball maximum, which most people don't use, and only 3 passes. And then they have to shoot at this end or that end. It's really easy to officiate on the level 1 course, which I'll give you a bit of info in a minute. It's just signals and a whistle, so you don't actually need to say anything. Obviously, people can if they want to, but being a sport that's played, you know, in Asia to Europe to Africa, you know, there isn't actually any words that you need to say with it, so it's really easy for that. And it has a Tchoukball charter. And the Tchoukball charter is kind of like the heart of Tchoukball, where it is about fair play and respect. And I won't go into it now, but basically where if a point was scored there, so if you look at that picture, you can see the shooter, and let's say the referee said, oh no, it wasn't a point, the defenders there can actually go, no, it was actually, it hit the floor right by me, because you can see how quickly the ball comes off the net just from that video. So you are basically, because it's so black and white, it's you either scored or you haven't. It's very, yeah, it's kind of giving the essence of fair play within that sport and kind of losing that blame culture, if you like, and that's what Dr. Herman Brantz wanted, and that's what he's got. I'm not going to read all of that, and that is actually on our website. So our online level 1 was launched in January of this year. It's sectioned into sort of 2 parts, which I'll explain in a minute, but I think the real benefits of it is that you'll get the full range of rules and regulations, how to adapt Tchoukball to suit your coaching environment. There's loads of videos on there about different like drills and activities you can do if you wish. It would be myself as the tutor at present, and you get to download the resource pack at the end of the course as well as a certificate. So how that looks is like a live start, so a bit like what we're doing really now, but in an hour, and I'll go through a range of different content with you, and then after that you get access to the online platform, and there's 5 modules for you to complete, and you just go through them, go through the topics within each one. There's videos, etc. So that's kind of how it's organised. And then in terms of passing the course, I've done loads of coach ed courses. I'm sure you guys have as well, and you've kind of done these really pointless assessments, and some of them are good and some of them are not so good. And when we did when I used to do it face to face, I just didn't want an assessment. I just wanted knowledge, right? Take that knowledge, go deliver it in the best way, because you guys are the experts at the end of the day. So all there is on there, as you can see, is checkpoints, and it doesn't matter if you get them wrong, it's just to ensure you've got the right knowledge. So hopefully that's a benefit as well. But yeah, that's my email, so you can get that. If you can email me afterwards if there's anything in particular. Just to go back to the courses as well, I can offer closed courses online as well. Obviously that's just down to availability, but the way my school works, I have sort of random half terms and 2-week half terms, so I can usually sort of squeeze in something when colleges and students are still going. But yeah, I'm going to stop sharing.